Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I think I'm going to start including an extra video during the week, probably on Wednesdays. I've got a lot of different videos I would like to do right now, and usually I post on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I feel like I'm going to at least temporarily add a fourth video in because there's some tags I want to do. I'm late on this one. I would also like to do the mid-year freakout tag. We'll bring Tag Tuesdays back for a couple weekends, couple weeks, and see how that goes. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I will do a demo where I'm using the Pretty Excellent Watercolors, which is a budget-friendly watercolor set recommended by Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. We will be working on a long-standing whip I have out of a Teresa Goodridge book that I'm doing entirely in watercolors. My watercolor demos will probably move to Wednesday, which will make sense because they can be Watercolor Wednesday. And then, like I said, I'd like to do some tags and just some general housekeeping type videos on Tuesdays, at least for the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see what happens after August. But Fridays are going to be full of the coloring book collection. I do have some new books, a handful of new books coming in this month, so you'll probably be getting some new release videos sprinkled in there as well. Yeah, good stuff. And I figure while I have the energy and ability to do extra videos, why not, right? So... Alright, so these are my 2022 10 books to finish. I'm going to put the link here showing my initial video that I posted on January 4th, talking about the books I finished in 2021 and the ones that I'm working on in 2022. I am late to the game. I should have done this in June or July, around the middle of the year, but things got busy and crazy and I just didn't have a chance. So, just as a summary, in 2021, out of the 10 books I had to finish, I managed to complete 4, which I thought was pretty good. Of course, they were all color by number, but that's okay. I managed to complete 4. I picked 10 more books this year, but I told myself, I was like, if I can finish 6 this year, a couple more, even 5, then I did better than I did last year. So to me, that's an improvement. We'll still shoot for 10, but if, as long as I do more than 4, then I feel like it's a good improvement year over year. So we're going to look at my 10 books. Last year I did allow myself a mid-year substitution, and I will be doing the same this year for just one of the books, because I found another book that I really enjoy coloring in, and I know realistically I'm not going to get that book even close to being finished this year. So of course, now that I've taken the pressure off, I'll probably do a whole bunch in there, but regardless. Okay. So let's get started. First, I do want to highlight that I have finished 2 books so far this year. Whoops, they're coming after me. Can y'all see? Yes, you can. Okay, great. All right, so the first one I finished after the start of the year was the Fairy Tales Color Counts book. I had really tried to finish it last year, and I had just a few pictures left, and I just had no desire to color in it for a few months, so it took me a while to finish that out. I finished it at the start of the year. I love these books. I don't love that they come with 2 copies of each picture, one with the color by number and one without. I don't like that, but overall, you still wind up, if you count the double page spreads, you still wind up with about 22 pages to color. I love their double page spreads, and this is one of my favorite color counts books so far. I just absolutely loved the fairy tales. I love this. This is one of my favorite pictures, the troll under the bridge. Then we had, to do the double pages, I really had to pull them out, so this one's a little pulled apart, but of course we have Snow White, Hansel and Gretel. This was completed January 25th. Okay, cool. And I think there was another one. Maybe not. Okay, So then we've got some single pages. I like this one a lot because of the pinks and yellows. Yeah, so I think it was just the 3. No, here's one. My bad. And then the 3 little pigs. So now I have, and some of the markers that I used were shuttle art markers, and they did yellow, so some of these pages have some yellowing on them. I mean, if anybody wants the blank pages, y'all just let me know, but there is some pretty severe yellowing on some of them, so I figured people wouldn't want them. There's no color chart to it, but like I could just take what's left of the book and just send it to somebody, so that's y'all's call, but I just figured nobody would want it because of the yellowed pages, but I do hate to see pages go to waste. So alright, the other one I just finished in June. Oh, golly, I said just finished, and it was like almost 2 months ago, was Country Life by Kira Shershniva, the Color by Colors. I had a lot of fun in this book. But let me tell you, that pressure on the last like 5 pages or something to get a book done, like once you're done with it, I always tell myself once I get done with a book, I'll order another book from the artist, but every time I finish one, I'm like, I'm good on this type of color for a while. I'll get them eventually. I just don't want them right this second. Like, there's some other stone mosaic. I finished 2 stone mosaic books last year, and there's some more stone mosaic books out there, but so far I just really haven't had any desire to go back to them yet. And there are a couple of her books out that I want to, but I'm not chomping at the bit. Plus, I have her Tetris and her very first book, the Puzzle Animals, and I think Blocks or something like that. So I've got a couple other of her books anyway. So I have plenty to keep me occupied for now. But I do enjoy the Color by Color series. And I love how she draws cats. The cats in this book were of course my favorite to color. I love how angry he is about the watering can. And the little peach rabbits. Very cute. I like this one. The messy dog, and all the cats are like, look at this filthy room. I'm not big on interiors, but I actually really enjoyed doing this interior. Like, I would love a room that looked like that with the big skylights like that. Heck yeah. So there is that one, and I apologize for the glare, but it's glossy premium paper. Alright, so now we get to the books that are still in progress, and there's quite a few of these that I just have not touched very much. We're going to start with the ones that look very promising to be finished by the end of the year. So first up is Cute Cats by Sachin Sachdeva. I've been working pretty regularly in this book, and I'll show y'all just a few of the pictures. If you've seen my completed pages, well, we'll get there at some point. You'll know I'm working back to front in this. Then you've probably seen some of these. These are very simple, straightforward pictures. I don't add really a whole lot of glitz or glam unless I'm in the mood for it. This might be one of my favorite pictures in here. I just love that she's pink and the big heart and the little kiss he's giving her. I love his sassy little earring and his bow. Well, I don't have to show you all of them, but this one I spent a little more time on. Like, I glossied up the presents and added some glitter onto the ornaments, just because the ornaments should be glittery in my opinion. But this is just pretty much, I had some crayon to this one. This is pretty much a, added some stars there, color by number. Every now and then, like I said, I get a desire to add some stuff, but for the most part, it's just pretty straightforward. That's the next picture I've got. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoop. 13, 14, because there is a kitty to color on that page, and 15. So I technically have 15 pages left. So let me grab. Obviously the little cats won't take very long, but since I'm doing 2 or 3 pages a month, I believe this will definitely be doable by the end of the year. So looking forward to that. That'll be my first Such and Such Shiva book completed, I believe. Next up is Baby Dragons. This is pretty darn close to being the very first non-color by number book I complete. There are 2 sets of... My husband went to visit his parents today, and I just heard a noise. So, I mean, that sounds like a pretty big cat, though I guess it could be Leroy. I don't know. If I hear another noise, I'll have to go investigate. But anyway, Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 is helping me finish this. This is Baby Dragons by Jade Summer. Again, 2 sets of 25 images, but I'm only counting the first set of 25. And then if somebody wants the second set, we'll donate to a good home. But I had highlighted at one point all of the pictures that I had done, or that I still had left to do. That doesn't work as well as the previous marker I had. But I'm trying to think, have I done that one? I can't remember. Oh, the highlighted ones are the ones I haven't done. I was like, that's weird. Anyway, so I had been kind of haphazard with them. This is a book I like to try some different things in. I added some Wink Estella to the background on this one. Used a really pretty pastel palette. I wish I could remember what that was. This picture just brings me joy. It's one of the first pictures I completed in this book in 2018, and to this day I still love my giant blue and yellow dragon. This was markers and pencil, Prisma pencils. I wasn't real thrilled with that. I've tried gold pen and glitter and stickles in here. This, to this day, again, 2018, is still one of my favorite pictures of all time. I actually had my shading on point with him with marker and pencil. I think I used Crayola pencils on that. So, yeah, been working our way through it. Trying different things, different palettes. I love this picture, the way all the glitter turned out. It's very nice. Some of them are just straight marker. This is the picture we're working on this month, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures left. So if we do one a month, this will be done by the end of the year. But I got to make sure I stay on it and I don't slack, because I'm bad about slacking if it gets real busy. So I have 5 left in this one. Like I said, should be my first non-color by number book, and I'm pretty excited. And now I have another Baby Dragons book by Primrose Coloring. So we'll have another Baby Dragons book. Let me make sure there's no title or nameplate page in this, so we are good. I have no idea where I put the other book. Floral Design Color by Number. This will be my first Creative Haven book completed, which is significant because these usually have 46 pages. And I've been working on this. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'll flip through some. I've had a little bit of yellowing here and there, but nothing too bad. This is another I just straight color. I'll get some months where I enjoy coloring it and I'll color 2 or 3 of them, and then other months I get really bored with it and I just don't want to mess with it. So this has just been a put down, pick up again kind of book. I really like that picture with the bright blue background. So I have, because I did a few pages in the back when I first started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pages left in this one. And if I do a couple a month, I should be able to knock this one out in no time. So, very exciting. So, if I just do those 3 books with the 2 that I have, that puts me at 5, right? Was that 3 books? I'm crazy, right? Yeah. Okay, that would put me at 5. So that would put me close to the goal, to, like, you know, what I seriously think I'm going to be able to accomplish this year. All right, so now we get to the books that have been neglected. 50 Jungle Miniatures. I started out really strong in this one. I managed to get 12 pages done at the start of the year. This was my trying everything fun and different in these books, like watercolor and stuff, which led to the pages getting a little warped. And if you're going to use a lot of watercolor, maybe just use it, you know, every couple pages in such a large book. Otherwise, you'll get some of the folding like I'm experiencing here. You can see where the pages are kind of folding up a little. So, but I've used watercolor, I've used stickles, ink tints, gel pens, marker. I've just tried all kinds of different stuff. I was having a lot of fun doing that. However, that was not leading to speedy pages. And so by March or April, I kind of realized I was getting a little tired of this book. And so I pretty much stopped coloring in it. And the problem is all these new miniatures books keep coming out and I want to color in those. Like right now, I really enjoy the Vacation and the Farmer's Miniatures books. Doesn't mean I don't like this book, but it's just I've now gotten distracted by other miniatures books. So this might be my favorite picture in here so far. I really like my fluorescent snake. So I've only done 12 pictures out of this. This is not going to get done before the end of the year. Even if because I just know I'm going to make myself unhappy if I just only color out of this one the rest of the year. And I don't want to do that. So this is going to be my substitution. We're going to sub this one out. Maybe move it to next year, but I'm going to sub it out. Hey, it's a non-color by number and I'm subbing a color by number, but you know, it's okay. This is my this is my list, my rules on this one. I really enjoy these small square books by Belva Family. Tammy had gifted me the Square Halloween book last year, and I remember taking that with me to Too Many Games, and because it was in October last year, and just having so much fun with it and water-based markers. So I got the Stylish Animals one, and I feel like I could finish this out for the end of the year. Again, I started at the back. Mostly water-based markers, but as I've run out of like my black marker or my peach marker, I have substituted in some alcohol markers. I might even try a gel pen picture just for fun, just for like the edging and stuff, just to see. But these are so cool. I have so much fun with these. And this is one I've done this month, so you can get a sneak peek. But I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. I don't really count him because he's, yeah. I might just color in some of the shading a little bit, but we're just going to say there are 10 pages left in here. I'm doing 2 or 3 a month, so this shouldn't be a problem at all to finish. And if I can do that, that'll get me to 6 out of the 10, which would be pretty darn good. I would be perfectly happy with that. However, I do want to try to get in these other books because I've barely touched them this year, and I hate that. I feel real bad about that because I do like them. I just haven't had time. Reptiloids is really bad. I don't know what it is about this book. It's a small book. It should be easy to complete. I want to try like my Arteza real brush pens in here because the spaces are small. I want to just do marker and gel pen and maybe try some Pitt pastels. Like, I can finish these pictures fairly quickly. I don't know what's blocking me on this. I say a half out of 32 because I've only done half of a picture. However, I do have a plan, and I do have an idea that I've been kicking around for these. And if they work out, then we're going to have that extra video for a long time, and hopefully I can make some good progress in this. Will I get it done for the end of the year? Probably not, but make it a very good contender for next year. So... And the thing is, I think I've lost... No, I was coming up with that off the top of my head. I was like, I've lost that color palette, but... Alright, my Wicked Plants coloring book. This was to be my colored pencil book. And I've only done 4 out of 40. I've not touched it since the start of the year. I love this book. There's 40 of them, different botanical atrocities to color and keep. And so, I have the actual book of this, but then of course they created a coloring book version, and so they'll show you the plant and they'll talk about it on the opposite page. And I've been using, of course, my Black Widow pencils in here because I feel like they're very appropriate for this. And I had done these pictures last year and then haven't done any ever since. And again, I don't know why. These are fairly simple to do. I'm not worrying about backgrounds with these. These are just very simple colored pencil pictures. So I would like, again, to make some progress in this one and start using my pencils. I did get the 2 other Black Widow sets I was missing. If I can get them all swatched, maybe this weekend, maybe I will feel more inclined to work on that one. Mystery Colors Jungle Animals. I was going through this last year. This was supposed to be a book to finish last year. I was speeding right through it. Got about halfway through the book and then just stopped. And I don't know why. I like the pictures in it. They're single-sided. I can use my markers. I just haven't picked it back up. So again, this theoretically, if I really applied myself to this book as well, I could get this one done by the end of the year too. So if I'm really going to stretch myself, this might be one of the books that I do. And finally, this is a book I took completely apart because I was trying so many different mediums in it. This is the Hannah Lynn Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions. This was one I was going to complete last year. Was doing really well till about June and then completely stopped. This year I got back on it. I said, you know, we're going to get this done this year. I think I did 2 more pages and then haven't touched it again since. However, I only have 10 of the 25 left, so I've done more than half. So this is doable. And it may very well be. A lot of the images, like I said, this was one where I've tried a lot of mediums in, but I think a lot of the pictures that I have left are ones like this one. I might play around with some different paints and stuff with. Maybe some sparkle for her dress, and like I have an idea for the balloons and stuff, but a lot of these are just going to be marker blending, I think. Now this one's probably going to have some gel pen because of the detail work. And I have the more detailed version of the images, so I have already gifted the simple versions of these pictures to somebody. So it's mostly the end of the year type pictures. So theoretically I could get this one done this year. And maybe that's it. I have turned this into a trying new things, and so now that I've tried all the new things, I'm a little bored with it, and maybe I just don't want to do it that way, and I need to do the title page. So I know a lot of people don't worry about that kind of stuff, but I took this apart just because this book would be completely probably unable to open right now if I hadn't, because I've used, like, this was all paint and marker and pencil. This was mostly ink tints. So I've tried a bunch of different things in this book. This has been my play around book. And I tried some liquid pearl here, and I've really enjoyed it. I love my 90s chick with the dark roots and the shiny wood paneling in the back. I had to do the zombie mom. Like, this one really jumped at me in terms of trying new things. Beetlejuice Bride, but she's the one I did this year. So I did her this year. She's from last year. They're from last year. And then I did this one this year. So I've done 2. I'm trying to keep them, I think, in some sort of order. So this could be doable. Again, if not this year, I could probably get close enough in these books to make next year a possibility. So these would be good carryovers to next year. So there we go. There are my 10 books to finish with just 1 revision. And like I said, it's not that I don't enjoy coloring in the Jungle Animals book. There's so many of the miniatures books, I don't want to tie myself down to just the one. Because if I do, it's all going to just be marker and gel pen, and I'm probably not going to enjoy it, and it's going to burn me out, and then I'm not going to want to color in any of the miniatures books, and I have so many, I really don't need to do that. So that is my substitution for this round. But yeah, I certainly think 6 books is doable, and if I can squeeze in a 7th, that would be even better. But if I do 6 this year, I will be thrilled, because it's more than the previous year. And if I can get a good start on these other 4 for next year, then that will put me ahead to where, like, 8 would be my goal next year or something. So, but having 10's still fun, because like I said, you have situations like this where, maybe some of the books you don't like as much and this and that. Like 10 books is a good stretch goal, but for me, realistically, 6 books is probably more likely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I was a little late with it, but we're all here now, and I'll be curious to see how far along I get before the end of the year. So thanks, guys, and bye for now.